ladies, women have peak period.
That's it.
When now them they rush them. Women they rush them. I've heard of stories and I know of stories of ladies who had men rushing them during their peak period and they turned them down until they got into their 30s.
Approaching
and then
40.
The men started going down and then they started approaching 40.
Did you know I never wanted to get married because I wanted to chase my career? Welcome to the Ekiotenne chat. Now, so I for miss this find my way day for here. Hey, like not that I didn't desire it. Oh, the issue was what was the bone of contention was my career. You know, I had this dream. I wanted to become that broadcaster, internationally recognized.
As a young lady.
As a young lady, I was in my 20s then, early 20s, and this dream started from 18. That's yes, I was in a relationship here and there, but then when the thing took over me, I said I want to. You know when you become the best in your career, this is what I want. And marriage should just hang on. Marriage, please, because marriage is going to slow me down.
Yes.
That's what I thought. To slow me down, not move as fast as I want. I want
she has to clarify.
Move as fast as I wanted on the ladder, my professional ladder. But my brother and sister, it's good that God helped my life. Because, no, honestly.
Go help your life. Because you now discover that now
I can't have it all.
Now when you can have, because you now discover that now that you now entered into the career, okay, and you've been there, you've done that, you now see that you are.
I said, what's inside
you are even tired of it, Is it
the thing
I wanted to give up this fine man,
this amazing husband, my amazing children.
So it is now in her late 30s that you would have now that you've gone through the career process and you're going to this point. It is now your late 30s that you now started looking for marriage, and. Ladies tend to forget that women have peak period.
That's it.
When now them they rush them. Women they rush them. That's the simple truth. And the peak periods are usually in their 20s. 20s, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
And at that time, they look
most times, you just see them making guys. I've heard of stories and I know of stories of ladies who had men rushing them during their peak period and they turned them down and they were busy just saying, no, I don't like this one.
This one, come out with your flat nose, come out with your black face. They kept doing that.
They kept doing that until they got into their 30s.
Approaching
and then
40.
The men started going down and then they started approaching 40. Some of them have gotten to 40s now, past 40s, they are going towards 50. Now let me give it, this particular family member, okay, when she was alive, the father was alive then, wealthy, they had a lot of money. So, boiling girl, fine girl, beautiful, fair, and men will come to want her hand in marriage. And she just look at them and say, look at this black one. How can this man, puts down the men and, so, she didn't want anything to do with, all these low-class men.
And they were coming.
That's what she called them,
coming.
Then the father was rich, there was money, she was balling, go travel abroad, all that. This was years ago. Then, tragedy struck. Nobody prays for that. Father died, all the money vanished. Life became hard. And then she had gotten older.
That's it.
She had done this until she had gone into her 30s. Now, father died, life became older. I think the mother died too later. Life became, so you can imagine years later now, she's in her 40s now.
Late 40s.
She's in her 40s now. Men stopped approaching her. Now, what women don't understand is that those men that were your mates, that were approaching you then when you were in your 20s, they are usually most times in their 20s to late 20s or early 30s.
Yes,
those kind of men. When you rejected them, they found another woman who accepted them, they married. So by the time you are not ready to marry, those age range of men in their 20s, 30s are no longer available for you when you were, are no longer available for you now because then you are in your 20s. Now you are, even when you are in your 40s, in your 30s now, those men now will probably be in their late 30s and early 40s.
Yes.
They are no longer available. So if you want to marry, you probably have to marry a much older man.
Yeah, sometimes.
A much older man because most of those group of men, they've gotten married. And also most of those group of men, even the ones that are not yet married, they will not be looking at you. They will be looking at the way younger ladies. I'm just telling you, I'm just being real here. They will be looking at they will be looking at the ladies that are in their early 20s or mid 20s or even maybe late 20s.
Yeah.
Okay, but they will not be looking at people that are in their own age range. That's for the ones that the men that are not yet married. So you find that the men that used to rush you, then you find that they don't exist anymore. Okay, so you now discover that that's when you now find ladies getting desperate. Sometimes, yes, some of them end up getting married to way older men, and then sometimes I've also seen some rare cases where some ladies in Nigeria here have married even men that are younger than them.
Yes, even at that age.
Yes, those are the exceptions. Those are the exceptions. Okay, they are not the norm. But the norm is that men that were chasing you in your 20s, most of them have gotten married. The ones that are not married, they don't even want to marry you at the age where you are. They want to marry even somebody younger. Because the truth is that men age like wine. That's how they way. Because wine, the longer it stays, the richer it gets, the tastier it gets. So that's how men
look fine as they age. Can't you see?
At the age. But for women, it's the opposite. You are in your prime when you're in your 20s. Men are in their prime. Then that's when they would have achieved and all that. And so women look down on men that are young. You are looking down on a man you're expecting a man in their 20s or in their 30s to have the money that your father has or the father doesn't even have. You're expecting him to have achieved everything. Meanwhile, what you should be looking for is a man. Yes, what you're looking for. What you should be looking for is a man with a vision, a man you can build something.
And someone who is hardworking. It's not as if he's just sitting at home doing nothing.
As long as your values align first.
Yes, your values.
Make sure your values align first. That's the first thing. The problem is that most people don't check for the values, so they now go into the man now leaves, then they now say, I will never date. I will never date a man that you want me to come and build with. It's because of the kind of man you selected. But when you meet the right ones, the right values, there are men that are willing. See, forget what social media is telling you. There are a lot of men that want women that they can build a life with.
Build together.
Okay? Build a life with. So women need to understand that also those kind of men, they come when you are at your peak period. And imagine if my wife had said she was not going to marry then, and then she had seen me, she said no. Then the career that was driving her and all that, now she's in her late 30s going to 40 now, she will now be realizing and saying,
what did I
now
do?
I want to get married. Now the age range of men that she knew,
and I'm not be struggling with all those small girls. Do you understand?
Can imagine?
They're struggling with say, and I'm a man, and me say, who's this auntie? Where are you coming from? So it's no.
They'll be calling auntie. That's true, because a lot of the girls that used to teach in Sunday school.
I taught girls in Sunday school.
A lot of girls that my wife used to teach in Sunday school back then.
In their 20s.
They are in their 20s, ready and ripe for marriage.
Very beautiful.
People that she used to call children in her Sunday school in church. They are beautiful, busty, curves. Now they are ready and ripe for marriage. Imagine at this age now, she should now be looking for, looking out for relationship, praying and disturbing prayer pastors to pray, and going for programs.
Honestly, it shouldn't be like that. So the lesson there is that
yes, marry at your prime.
Marry at your prime. So if you are
can have it all.
Yes, if you're a young lady listening to this now, it's not like
marry at your prime.
Yeah, marry. It's not a one.
You can have your career. You can have it all.
Yeah. Okay?
All you just need is to marry the right man and have everything planned. A man that also wants you, believes in your values and the things you want to achieve. A man that's willing to help you, and you are there to help, and is also interested in your loves genuinely, and also interested in helping you grow.
Yes.
Okay. And then you can plan your life with children and everything. If everything is properly planned, you can have it all. Because there are women that have had it all, that are having it all. There are some known women even in Nigeria.
Yes.
That are having it all. Big time entrepreneurs, they have it all.
They have it all.
In the movie industry, in the cosmetic industry, in
business,
banking, there are women that have it all. So
I mean, look at people like Tara. She has it all. She has it all. She has a marriage. She has an amazing family and her business. Jumoke, I don't know what. Omoni Oboli. There are many. I'm telling you. So it's possible. Don't sacrifice one. Like, I mean, I know some people will come for us now. Marriage is not an achievement. You get it?
No problem.
That's what we are saying. I mean, a lot of you don't want to get regretful at the end of the day.
It's a choice.
It's a choice.
You can even choose not to marry.
It's different.
The Bible even supports you that if you can stay away from immorality and without having any relationship with a man or a woman. If you're a man with a woman, if you're a woman with a man, sure. If you can stay alone without having a relationship without doing immoral things. The Bible even says it's okay. You can choose not to marry.
It can be good. So
but if you are thinking of getting married as a woman, I will advise you as a man, and in your prime, and also for my wife experience, and
see a real life
and
experience
looking
here.
back now, she's saying that wow, because we can tell you from experience that we have seen people that chose their career, and then now they are in their late 30s, 40s, going to 50s.
They are wondering, where are the men? Where are the men?
And they are wondering where are the men. And some of them even confess right now that when they were younger, men were coming for them.
They were chasing them.
That men were chasing them. They were bringing CVs and they were just throwing them out.
They said no.
So
please be guided.
Be guided
and
make the right decision.
Make the right decision. And
the one that works well for you.
Yes.
All right?
And be led by the Spirit of God.
By the Spirit of God. So that's all we have for you today. Until we see you again.
Bye.